Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to our second episode of our podcast, Let's Talk About. And the subject today is learning English. How are you, my dear?
Oh, hi, I'm fine. I'm so
Okay,
fine. Yes.
great. Very good.
Uh,
Well,
y-
let's start our conversation.
yes, for sure. Let's get started. Yeah, today the episode is about learning English.
Yeah,
Okay, I think it will be very nice for the students to know how we learned English. Yes, for the first time, for the
that's true.
very first time. Yes.
Yeah, indeed.
Sometimes they have this kind of curiosity and they ask us
Mm-hmm.
about it.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah, let's go.
Let's go, shall we?
Yeah.
The first one is that's it. When did you start learning English? And why you started learning the language?
I started when I was 10, and I started because I asked my parents to
Wow, that's
enroll me in an English school. And do you know why? Because at that time we didn't have Google. I'm old, baby. And then
yeah.
and
Yes.
then I've always loved it, like international songs, and I didn't understand them. So I would like to know better what that
They were
singers were singing there. And
and
then I
yes, and
asked them, the only way we had at that moment was studying, studying the
yes,
language deeply to get to
grammar
know
and
it better.
grammar.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
that's why I asked my parents to study English. And they love
Me,
it, of course, yeah.
yes,
But it
because
was my yeah, of course. But it was my first idea, not their, not
this
theirs
is
idea. Yeah.
yeah, we have the same, almost the same story because I
Really?
wanted to learn. Yes, I wanted to learn English too. I was listening to "Do You Wanna Dance," the song, very old from the '60s,
I
and
know.
I was wondering. He asked the girl, "Do you wanna dance? Você ama dança?" It was so it was so confused in my
Uh-huh.
mind. And then I talked to a friend of mine. She was a little bit older than me, and she was studying English. And she said, she explained, no, wanna is a slang. Do you want to dance? He's asking her. And
Mhm.
I thought, oh, this is great. Yeah, she knows English better than me because I wasn't studying at appropriate
Uh-huh.
school, but
Uh-huh.
I was very interested in the language. And then I started studying English too
Ah, that's nice.
because of that song. Do you wanna dance?
Yeah, and
Yes.
mine was songs too, as I told, but I remember the first. I really like it and love it. In fact, that American country singer called Shania
Mhm.
Twain, and
Ah,
I
yeah, I
loved her
remember.
songs. And it was exactly the time that she released her hit "You Are Still the One." And I
Ah,
loved
okay.
that song, but
That's
I couldn't understand a word that
what
she
she
was
was saying.
saying
Yeah.
there. Yeah. And in fact, this was my, like the starting of everything. It was her
Yes.
song. Yeah.
Wow, nice. Very good. And when you started studying, of course, as learners, we have some problems and weakness.
Yeah,
Have
of
you?
course.
Do you remember what were yours weakness?
Yeah, sure. Listening, believe it or not.
Mm, yeah.
Listen, like I hate those listening exercise, especially the school that I studied. And do you know very well
Yeah,
about
the
this
school.
place? Yeah.
Yeah.
We had some kind of homeworks that we had to listen to a audio track there and write the sentences, yeah, what
Yeah,
they were
yes, I
saying.
remember.
I hated that exercise because for me it was too difficult to get what they were trying to say. you know.
Yes.
And also speaking. I was a kind of shy student,
Yeah.
because I've, like I've always believed that people can do better than I do.
Then yes.
This is something that like I've been working on that till nowadays.
Yeah, please, yes.
Yeah, but at that time it was worst, and I felt really shy about speaking with
Give your opinion, agree or disagree.
expressing my
Mas-
opinion. I believe that I got better, like I was at the end of the course or something like that, but I was really
yeah.
shy about that. And I would say that listening and speaking were big challenges for me.
For you. And
What
do
about
you have
you?
any? Yeah, for me, yes. I think the listening was difficult too. Speaking, yes. And when we started with that kind of use of English, phrasal verbs, something like that, because my idea of learning a new language is just speak and listening. Yes.
As
But
usual.
to speak properly, you need to study the grammar. Yes.
Yeah.
And when we started with use of English, for me, it was very painful, very, very painful. But I
Yeah,
did it.
I've never had, like lots of troubles in terms of grammar and this kind of use of English. My trouble was more like it put them in practice, like
Yes,
yeah, like
yes,
writing was okay, reading was okay, and understanding why they were there and the differences of structures and so on, they were okay.
great. Yeah,
But speaking, it was complicated. I remember that.
yes. But I overcame that. Yes,
Me too, thank God.
yeah. Yes, it was hard at the beginning because I suppose you like me, we started very young. Yes,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
early.
Mhm.
And when we were 14, 15, we have already had contact with phrasal verbs and
Yeah,
use of English. So we
sure.
were young, yes.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
but at that moment I said, if I didn't, I wouldn't, yes.
exactly.
So if I don't, I won't. So I sat down and said to myself, no, I have to overcome that studying. And that's what I did. I studied
That is the
a
only
lot.
way, in fact, right? It's just when you can practice that. It's what we
Yes,
say, to our students.
students.
It's like we have to practice it. We have to bring that to our reality. We have to practice.
Yes,
This is the only way that we
yeah.
have
There
to
is
to to
no, there is
start, yeah, to start learning, to start using, to start speaking, to start
yeah,
listening, right?
no magic. We don't teach at Hogwarts. Yes,
No,
if
no,
we
not at
if
all.
we thought that it would
Not
be
at all.
easier. Yes.
Yeah, certainly.
Okay. And
Yeah,
I think this is the best way to study, to dedicate to the language.
certainly.
Yes.
Certainly. Yeah, it's kind of painful in the beginning, but
Yes.
I think that it's much more like trying to get the hangs of it, so how will I do it? Yeah, once you understand the way that you learn better, right? Like the approach that you say, oh no, this is okay, I think that I can do well with this approach, or no, this is not working for me, let me try to find another one.
Find
So I think that is the way, like we have to try and see what kind of approach, what kind of method we fit the best,
and
right?
and when you try and you fail, you have to see, you must see that you need help, and don't be
Certainly.
shy to ask for help. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
for your teacher. Yeah, we are here for that. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I can't. This way I can't. Do you have another way? And for
Exactly.
sure, as teachers, we are going to look for
Mm-hmm.
another way to that specific student and that specific case or points or
Yeah,
grammar or whatever they have
whatever it is.
problem.
Yeah,
Yes, they have
absolutely.
problem with. Yes, that's a
Yeah.
good idea.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think
No, you
Okay,
can say,
say
go
please.
there.
No, I think this is a good tip for students. Yes, ask for help. Not
Certainly.
try to solve everything alone by themselves.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
And
yeah, that's good. That's a
what would
good
you
tip.
say? Yeah,
I
I
think that it's
interrupt.
not so different from you. I believe that you were right in asking for help when you need, and also you know, like try to be less demanding, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
with yourself, you know,
Yes, yes.
be nicer to yourself. Yeah, try to see the positive aspects. So okay, I'm not exactly the way that I am, but oh, I improve it, right? So what are
Yes,
the
yes.
improvements that you've just had so far? So take a look at them, right? It's not so bad, because sometimes we human beings, we tend to look at just at the you know, the bad aspects of things, right? But we should
Yes, yes.
celebrate every little improvement we've had, right? So
Yes, yes.
it's
And it's
important.
that point, and also respect yourself, respect your
Totally.
limits.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We are not a superhero.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. We started at the age of 11, and we are still studying. So it's a kind of
All the
life
time.
study, yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then, as students, they don't need to be under pressure. How can I say? Yeah, as a
Exactly. Yeah.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
I know that the market needs demands a kind of pressure, but they are human, and they must do that. Yeah, they must know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a human, and I am learning a new language, and it is a challenge every day. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I
Yes,
agree with you.
listening, writing, speaking, understanding, comprehension.
Yeah,
Yes,
any
they have.
skill, in fact. Yeah, any skill that
Yeah,
you.
yes, very good.
Yeah, amazing. Let me ask you something. I know that
Okay.
you've, in fact, in the last podcast, you mentioned a little bit about that, but have you ever studied abroad? Because this is a question that many students ask us, usually ask us, right? Have you?
Studied
Abroad, yeah.
abroad? No, no, just
No.
worked indeed.
Ah,
Yeah,
you just worked
I
it.
yes, I studied here in Brazil. I started here. I finished my course here,
Mhm.
and then I went there just to have a, how can I say, to have an approach with the culture, with the day by day,
Mhm.
their routines, and to bring this to the students
Mhm.
or to my friends, whatever, because people always knew I liked the language, and I had, after all the problems with the use of English or phrasal verbs or something else, I always liked the language, and I
Mhm.
passed then that to my friends and everybody. So before being a teacher, I liked to pass this knowledge, this kind of culture to my friends. So
Mhm.
that's why I went there, to have
Mhm.
this kind of approach. But I studied the grammar, everything here in Brazil.
Just here. Yeah.
All the skills I developed here.
Okay. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I've never studied abroad. In fact, I've never worked abroad. Like my time abroad was just like for fun, you know. But yeah, I studied here too. In fact, I've been studying here because it
Yes.
is kind of endless.
Yeah, we never.
Yeah, but I've never worked abroad or studied abroad. So it's completely possible, right? Because it's still, we see sometimes this kind of misconcept, right? Oh, we can just learn the language properly and fully if you are in the like in other country,
Yes,
or
no.
right in a native one. Not exactly. It's much more about your dedication, about your efforts. For example, I know some people that they
You're
leave it
willing.
there, yeah, and they don't know, you know, like they know the basics, like the, you know, like street communication, just that, and they couldn't develop. Why? Because this was not their purpose there, you know, like they were not there for this, and they just established.
Yes, the problem now, the idea is you must be willing to. If you are willing, yes, you can everything. Yes, you can accomplish everything you establish for your life.
Yeah.
But sometimes just giving excuses, you don't talk, you don't speak, you don't read. Yes. So that's
of course, that it's important to say one thing that you brought here, that is the approach, like the way that you are gonna live, because when you go to other country, you are gonna to live, like it's a matter of surviving, you know, so you will be surviving there using that other tool to communicate, right? But the culture, the background, people, and people that you know, like you can meet from all over the world, right? This is amazing, and this is one thing that when you are just in your country, something that you are not gonna have. But I believe that it's much more for this extra thing than the language itself. Right? The language per se.
Sure. I agree. Yeah, you can have it here in our country for sure. You don't need to go abroad for just that. You can study here, yes, and after you can go, or you must go if you have the opportunity to know the culture. This is very good.
Yeah,
something that it's an amazing experience, yes, for everybody.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, my dear, that was a pleasure to talk to you again about this topic that the students are so curious to know about that. Oh, how did you start? They're always asking us, right? So
I hope I have added something in their lives.
Yeah, me too. That was amazing.
I am here for. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure again. And you guys, and you guys who are listening to us, stay tuned because we're gonna have more, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
In short time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. See you.